Hello and welcome to my first ever review. With my review, the first place I want to start is with the story. Very simply, Snake, aka Big Boss, is told to infiltrate a black site military facility, Camp Omega, to rescue one of MSF's youngest recruits, Chico, and Paz, an agent who infiltrated MSF under orders from Cypher to bring down Snake's facility from the inside, but also is the only lead to the whereabouts of Zero. This is as much of a plot as the player is given going into Camp Omega, and then left to tackle the base and the mission as they see fit. Once extracting Chico and Paz from the base and the first mission concludes, it still leaves a lot of unanswered questions, but does show the direction the game is heading and Snake's situation in the Phantom Pain. The game does then give the player the opportunity to find out more about the events between Metal Gear Solid Peace Walker and Ground Zeroes through collectible cassettes, which is great, but I feel like I would have liked to have seen more of Snake's relationship with Chico and Paz in the game, as I feel like this would have benefited those who are new to the Metal Gear Solid series, and to see more of Kiefer Sutherland's performance as Snake as compared to past Metal Gear Solid games. There is not a lot of dialogue in this prologue story. As for the gameplay is what makes Metal Gear Solid Ground Zero so great. At its core, it still feels like Metal Gear Solid, but since Metal Gear Solid 4 Guns of the Patriots, which boasted many maneuvers and actions which perhaps led to the controls being a bit confusing at times, the controls have been streamlined, enabling players to move and navigate the world with ease and yet still allow the opportunity for the player to change style of play at any time. And still making movement feel comfortable, whether it's hopping over walls or diving and hiding underneath a structure or sprinting, firing or knocking the crap out of enemies. In Ground Zeroes, it's a pleasure to navigate yourself through Camp Omega time and time again, as although the enemies do patrol set routes around Camp Omega, the AI feels very organic, creating a great atmosphere and feeling of actually being outnumbered in a hostile environment. This doesn't mean that Snake's unable to handle himself once the alarms are triggered. With the return of CQC brought back from Peace Walker, this enables Snake to take down multiple enemies in close enough proximity, and free movement while firing weapons as a package together makes you feel like you're playing as the legendary Big Boss. A great new addition to the streamlined gameplay is the use of binoculars. Being able to spot an enemy from afar and tag them to keep note of their location, also working together with the companion app as well on iOS and Android, is a great feature, as it doesn't take away from the stealth aspect of the game but just adds more strategy. Also, while using the binoculars, you can press the L1 button to contact Snake's right-hand man, Kaz Miller, at any time. This is a clever decision to provide the player with information when you'd like it, rather than forcing you into a long cutscene or a long codec conversation. But for me, this would have been a good opportunity for Kaz to show his thoughts and opinions of the mission, events, or Chico and Paz. But again, this is all covered in the cassette tapes that can be accessed in the main menu, but to see more of Kaz actually in the game would have been nice. So my final thought of the game is that if you're going to buy Metal Gear Solid 5 Ground Zeroes and play through each of the 5 missions plus the newly added console specific content once, then prepare to be disappointed. Not because of the experience it offers is in any way bad, but simply not enough of it for a single playthrough. But also by watching walkthroughs and playthroughs of each of the missions in Ground Zeroes, as a warning, you are taking away from the experience and what they're trying to accomplish with this game. It seems what Hideo Kojima is trying to do in this introductory title to the Phantom Pain is open players' eyes to a new type of gameplay that allows the players many different ways of tackling just one singular base. As the Phantom Pain is around 500 times larger, I can't imagine how many enemy facilities will be in the Phantom Pain, but tackling them multiple times to try and rescue prisoners and come out with an S rank and being rewarded with points and soldiers towards building your very own army is going to be a very big part of the Phantom Pain. And by experiencing this now in the Ground Zeroes, players will have a better idea of how to tackle the huge open world of the Phantom Pain. If you want an expertly crafted stealth simulator, with you being forced to think on your feet, to adapt and improvise in order to finish your mission successfully, and like the idea of discovering new ways of breaking in and out of the enemy facility without having your hand held throughout the experience, then this game will give you your value for money and is worth the purchase. But as I said before, if you tackle the missions once and call it done, or if you decide to use walkthroughs to find your way through Camp Omega, then prepare to be disappointed. For myself, I've probably clocked about 18 hours into the game now, and I've achieved about 85% completion, and during that, my experience throughout the game, I've not felt that that's been forced, but it's been enjoyable and rewarding. Getting those S ranks and discovering how I can tackle missions quicker and more efficiently to achieve better S ranks, it's just been a great experience for me, and I just cannot wait for the Phantom Pain. Thank you all for watching my video. Let me know what your opinions of Ground Zeroes are down below, and if you like what you see, then please subscribe to my channel. My channel is The Lukovic, and if you want to follow me on Twitter, that's also at The Lukovic. And thank you for watching my very first review. Thank you.